What is going on, folks? It's NimbleThor here, and today in my mobile gaming quest where I document playing a brand new mobile game every single day, we're gonna check out Battle Boom, which is a strategy card game much like Rival and Clash Royale and MapleStory Blitz. MapleStory Blitz and Rival I've covered here in the channel recently, so definitely go check out those videos if you haven't just yet. But unlike those games though, there is only one lane in Battle Boom, and we can then freely choose where we want to deploy units on this lane, but in the end it is still only one lane. Now we still have to be strategic about where we place our units, but it does change the game quite a bit from the typical 3-lane system that we have in MapleStory Blitz. We have that in Clash Royale and in Rivals as well, to this just, one big lane system. Looks like our opponent there is doing a great push here to begin with. As you guys can see, we have to defend our base and we have to attack the base on the other side over there. I want to take out these guys though, and we've got some snipers as well, which I think we can get. I think we can take those out with these grenade guys. They should be pretty strong at taking out groups of enemies. But the snipers are extremely strong though. It looks like the enemy is really good at following up with more troops. So what do we do now? Do we save up? You guys can see the amount of energy, or battle points as they're called, that we have. They're the blue ones down there, and they are what determines when we can deploy new units. Now we got some really strong units deployed, so now we just have to take out the 2 defensive bases that the opponent placed over there. There's actually pretty smart of them. We should have probably been more aggressive here to begin with in hindsight, honestly. But the reason why I'm covering this game, because there are many of these types of games, or at least somewhat similar games, so the reason why I'm covering this one in particular is that it has been made by the same developers who made Battle of Arrow, and if you guys have been following the channel here for a while, you guys know that I absolutely love that game. So of course I had to check out this one as well, and so far I'm not disappointed, but we'll get into that later on. What I am disappointed about though is that we're losing this match. We're doing pretty horribly here actually. They are taking out our last unit now, so now it's really just all in on our main tower. What do we do here, guys? Do we deploy? Do we want to save up and then deploy these tank units over here? Hopefully they have enough HP to take out the snipers, but they deployed a bomb just on top of us, which was, I mean, they're smart done on their end, but it didn't take out our tanks though, but those guys did. So what do we do now? We deploy some snipers over here maybe? I don't really know. We're losing too much HP, guys. We might actually end up losing this one, which will be the first match in the game so far that I've actually lost. It had to happen at some point. Just kind of unfortunate that it had to happen here in the first video I'm going to show you guys. But that is how, I mean, that's the risk you run when you play a real-time strategy online multiplayer game. So we are fighting against an actual other player right now, and judging by how difficult this match is and how difficult it's been so far, I'm actually quite sure that we are definitely fighting against actual other players. That's always the discussion we have here on the channel when we play one of these games is, are these actually bots I'm playing against, or are they actually real-time other players? I think we're just gonna lose this one now. There's nothing we can really do. That's one of the main things with this game. If you can just, like, if you can destroy all the other enemy units, all the other enemies' units quickly and get to their tower, you have nearly won already, because there's not much you can do in terms of defending yourself when you're that much drawn back on the map. But that, of course, all depends on which units you're using in your deck. And talking about that, this game has a card leveling up system, much like in Rival and Clash Royale. It's really only MapleStory Blitz that hasn't had this like leveling up system. So right now, you guys can see that we have these flamethrower guys here called Flamer, and we can level them up, and if we level them up to level 2, they get 1 extra attack power. They have 21 right now, so they're gonna get 22. I'm gonna do that right now. Costs a bit of gold, of course, but we have that. We get that for just playing the game and from completing missions, stuff like that. And from opening chests, of course, because there is a chest opening system here. You guys can see that we're waiting for this one chest to open. It's gonna take 3 hours, so there's 1 hour and 48 minutes left on this one. The unit leveling up system does make the game a tiny bit pay to win, at least more so than MapleStory Blitz. But MapleStory Blitz, as I said, is really the only game I've seen that have not had this card leveling up system. So it's still okay, as long as the increases in damage you get when you level up is not that, I mean, as long as it's not that overpowered, such as in Rival. Rival did that really well as well. I feel they didn't make it too overpowered to level up. But at the same time, it does mean that we could just go in here to the shop, and we could just buy a bunch of these, let's go over here, a bunch of these chests here, and we would get a lot of really great units. Look at that, we're gonna get 13 heroes and 1 legendary unit, and then 218 other types of cards if we were to buy that chest at the platinum pack. And that is going to cost, let's see, where can we buy the gems over here? So that's 1,500 gems. That's, gonna set you back around $10-15 US. something along those lines. So it's actually not the most expensive chest. Like Clash Royale definitely have more expensive chests that cost more than $15 US. But we're just gonna go in. Wait a sec, before we go into one more battle, I want to show you guys real quick the stages, so the single player campaign over here. Because we have that, we can play through as well, and we're gonna get gold if we finish those. Let's just go into one of those before we jump into another online match. Now, one thing this game did that was actually, I thought that was actually kind of smart, was that they limited the amount of single player campaigns you can play before you played multiplayer matches. So that sort of forces you into playing multiplayer matches, which is of course unfortunate if you really don't like multiplayer matches. But it's a great system to ensure that the matchmaking is quick, because there'll always be people going through the online matches, the real-time PvP matches, even if it's just to be able to later on play the single player matches. So that's a smart way to ensure that there's always people in the matchmaking, and so far the matchmaking has been really quick. You guys saw before that we got matched, I don't even know, like we got matched within 5 seconds? I think we got matched within 5 seconds, something like that. It's really quick matchmaking. That did, of course, also make me wonder if we were actually fighting against bots to begin with, and I think we actually were in the beginning, but definitely with the last fight that you guys saw, the one I recorded at the beginning of this recording here, that one was definitely online. So I think at this point we are starting to come into the actual online matches. It's pretty common by now for mobile games to have you fight against bots in the beginning. We can't really prove that that's what they're doing. It's kind of difficult to prove that that's what they're doing, but oftentimes you can see it pretty clearly on how good the actual, like how good the enemy units are. So their strategy might not make sense if they're just a bot, because they've been programmed to be, worse than you are, so that you can get that win, so that you can get that feeling of accomplishment, and you feel really strong, and you want to spend more time on the game. Is that a bit deceitful? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you think about that. It's definitely something that we see in a lot of mobile games these days, and wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing it maybe in PC games and console games later on. But it's definitely seen in mobile games. But at this point, though, we are fighting against actual other players. That's just what I wanted to say. The matchmaking is really quick, so that's always really great. So unlike Clash Royale and similar to MapleStory Blitz, our deck does not shuffle, which means that once we've used, you guys can see we have 15 cards left. Now we have 14, now we have 13. You guys can see that down here, remaining units in deck. So once we've run out of those, we are just like out of luck, basically. Like we don't have any more cards. So this is very much unlike Clash Royale, where we can just keep using the same cards over and over again. Looks like we unlocked something now, some social element. Not really sure what that is. Oh, so those are the clans. Nice, of course. So now we can go in and actually join a clan. I definitely want to do that. Let's see if these guys... Which one do we want to join? Let's see if these guys want to accept us. So let's click join here, and let's hope for the best. Oh, we successfully joined it. Nice. Seems like they didn't have to accept us. And we also have some research and development functions in here. That's nice. I'm going to skip that for now, because it's just a tutorial, if I can skip it. But it's nice that the clan system is in there. I was kind of wondering when we would unlock that. Lastly, we of course have missions over here, but this is just all the usual stuff. What do you guys say? I don't know how long the video is by now. Should we go into one more online match? Just to go for it? I think I'm gonna go into one more online match, just to show you guys that we can actually win in one of these, since we lost the first one, which was kind of, it was kind of unfortunate. We can do this. This time, we want to be a bit more aggressive, so I'm gonna deploy. It's just a bit unfortunate that we only have the snipers, though, because I don't want to start out with those. Okay, I can start out with these then, I guess. They are the flamethrowers that we leveled up before, and then the snipers. Then hopefully we get something with a bit more HP before we get all the way up here. Oh, I got it. We can deploy these, and then hopefully the snipers will attack that instead. It seems like they always attack what's closest to them, which makes sense. Unfortunate, but it does make sense. We are doing a great push here, though. If we deploy these guys up here and then one of these turrets down here, we will be able to keep our snipers safe, which is really the most important thing, because those snipers, as I said, are really strong. I definitely want to go in and level those up whenever we get the opportunity to do so. I'm gonna deploy. Our snipers are probably gonna die now, though. Kind of sucks. I'm gonna deploy some of these grenade guys and some more of these grenade guys, because they're actually really strong. You guys can see that the enemy unit has also deployed some of those up there, so we can take those out with a short missile like we did right there. And now we're just gonna save up for these stronger, I don't even know what they are, like shotgun guys. They're quite strong. They have quite a bit of HP, and they have these shotgun-like rifles here, which are really strong. As you guys can see, we're taking out the enemy unit really quickly, like their main tower. Only 900, 700, 600, 500, 400. Oh, it's going too fast, guys. We're definitely winning. Nothing they can do, and we won. Nice. So we got, how much did we get? We get some, of course, some ranking points, we get some XP, we get a rare chest, nice, and we got 5 gold. So it looks like we got our first rare chest now, actually. That one, I wonder, let's see, it doesn't really tell us how long it's gonna take. I think it's gonna take 6 hours to unlock because these other ones are gonna take 3 hours. So that was a really quick online match. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you're gonna enjoy the game. If you do, I've left the download links down in the description box down below. I'm curious to hear what you think about the game down in the comment section down below. So let's definitely get a discussion going on down there. And with that said, thank you so much for sticking around, till the end of this video. I always appreciate that, guys. I love having you guys here. And I hope you enjoyed my sort of, what turned into sort of a rambling about strategy card games overall. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed talking with you guys here today. And until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.